Hello. How's everyone doing? Oh man, I don't have my shit up set up good at all. Anyway, who cares? So I will be having a special guest here tonight joining me shortly. Many of you know who that is. Let me say hello to everyone first, real quick. It's good to see everyone. Sandra Martinez, Joanna, Peace, Love, Smiles, That Girl, Lyrics, hello. Carrie Tilly, Carla Bannock, Steph Lech, I'm not sure how to say it. St. Elmo's Fire, I recognize you. I know who you are now that you changed your picture. Dude, lately, it's back. Do you guys know what I'm talking? You don't know what I'm talking about. It's back, though, okay? Speaking of St. Elmo's Fire, we all remember Rob Lowe in St. Elmo's Fire, and he had the little earring with a little dangling cross, right? It's back. I'm seeing kids wearing this all the time now. I'm seeing the young people. They're bringing it back. They're bringing back the little earring with the dangling cross. There's this kid who wears that, and he talks to his dad real bad at my job, and I look at him and I go, yeah, it's back. It's weird how trends come back. You know you're getting old when you see trends come back twice. You know that's a thing. Like, it's not like when I was a kid and the hippie thing became cool again for a minute while I was in high school. It's not like that. It's that stuff that was popular when I was alive is becoming popular again. It's kind of strange. It's a little surreal. So we've got Danny. We've got Needy Dwyer. We've got My Opinions Only. And we got Evelyn Arnaud. And we got motherfucking Princess. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Here we go. DJ S. Oh my goodness. Cherry K. Hey. Sarcastic Superhero Girl. A Gramsy Life. Mimster. Baron Guitar, welcome. Platinum Dog, Shy Girl, Sweet Pea, Siren Jag, what up? Cherry Lopez, Baby Lame, I guess that's supposed to say. Mikasa Ackerman, Roseleng. All right. Opsimath Prime. I like saying that one. A Curious Rose, Amanda, Angel Routh, The Foo, welcome. Romer MG Toe, Wild Blue. All right. So Romer's in the house. Everybody's in the house. I love it. So I'm excited because last night I had a very, very insightful conversation with someone that I consider to be a new friend. He has been on panel on this channel before. You guys know him as BX Beast Boy. So we did a little something for his podcast, and he was very, very kind. He asked me some serious questions. We joked around a little bit, and it was we touched on some stuff, and it was refreshing because we were talking about some sensitive things that we don't exactly agree on, but we were there was a mutual respect between the two of us. And when you get to experience that, it's always very, very refreshing and very comforting. Excuse me. So hanging out with him last night, and then we talked even more for like after he stopped recording. We continued our conversation for a good hour. He's a very, very interesting and very insightful and very pleasant person. So I look forward to having more conversations. So big shout out to my man BX Beast Boy. And tonight I'm gonna have e.bjjcomicnut on here. Some of you are aware of a thing we did recently. It was me, him, Illuminati, Truthy Magoo, and Dad Challenge Podcast, Josh. And we had a really fun time. And having such a fun time while being able to talk about something that disturbs us all equally, very, very much. It's refreshing because that means that I can focus on the task and I can relax in the process, and I can behave rationally as I execute whatever it is that I'm planning on trying to execute as far as bringing awareness to this issue. So we all seem to be really excited about it right now. We all seem to be equally excited about it. And hopefully, I think a little bit later on, Truthy Magoo will be joining me as usual. You know, I always enjoy having him on here and talking with him. And I'm excited about talking with this gentleman tonight because he is the real deal. This was the first conversation that I ever had with him, and it was on a panel with 4 other people. Well, 3 other people besides us, and it was really fascinating to listen to him be so passionate about this issue that we've all just individually been talking about. And we're going to get into that stuff, but I'm under the impression that this man just got an idea and started keeping his eye on certain people on YouTube, and then deciding that he wanted to put together a little union, so to speak. And you know, a 5-person collaboration. And I was basically I was basically recruited. I didn't even know about it till I was live, and I had Truthy on here, and Truthy was like, yeah, you've been, you know, basically recruited to do this thing. And I was like, you know, but I mean, it's all good because I think all of them would have known that I would have been down for something like that anyway. So but hopefully we could do it again on another night where I'm not working, and I can join them from the start. But it was one of the best times on YouTube that I've ever had. Not so much that it was like, ha, 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 good times. Some of it was, but it was a good time for me because it was refreshing. It's something that I've always kind of wanted to do since I started streaming. I just didn't realistically think it was going to happen. And here we are, all of us, the people that I just mentioned, and all of you. So all of us have this drive to make this situation stop. There's all kinds of aspects of it. I'm right now, my focus personally is on familial trafficking. That's the branch of this issue that I choose to focus on my own. As you know, Josh's focus is family vloggers. and right now, I think we're going to get into that tonight because I really want to take this opportunity to get to know this gentleman. And he, his interest in all this seems to be all of these things. And he proves it every day. And he doesn't do it to prove it. He does it because it needs to be done. And I can't wait for those of you who did not catch that live stream on his channel with the 5 of us that I mentioned. I can't wait for you to hear what this man does on his in real life, aside from what he does on YouTube. So this is really exciting for me to have him discuss this stuff here on this channel. All right. And while we wait on him, I'm gonna just look over chat a little bit here. Hi, Amy H. You know what? Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I have to check something here. And if I can talk to you while I do this, then I will, but my ADHD is awful. And that's not, I don't just throw that term around like I am clinically ADHD. So, oh man, and everything is so slow when I have StreamYard running, but, okay. I have to, because I think someone was hidden who I did not mean to hide, or maybe one of my mods didn't mean to do it. I don't know, but I have to see if I can. Okay. And come on. All right. See, I'm getting the hang of this YouTube thing. I found that pretty much right away. There's a lot of people hidden in this channel. I mean, dude, don't act a fool, man, and be real. And I ain't gonna hide you. And don't act a fool in my chat and be real in my chat. And when it's moving fast, people won't get accidentally hidden. But I'm not seeing this person. I'm just not seeing them. I don't think I can search. But, and, oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, save. All right. So, TCH, you are no longer hidden. Okay. And my man J, e.bjjc. What do you like to go by, man? Because dude, I'm telling you, your YouTube handle está de carajo, my friend.
Nah, everybody calls me Mr. Nut or just Comic Nut.
All right, Comic Nut, Mr. Nut it is. All right, welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight, man.
Oh man, I appreciate the invite, man. Thanks a lot, for real.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, man. I was loving the stream that we did the other night, and I got to say, I'm really grateful for the first impression I have of you.
Oh, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I don't want to keep my chat waiting too long. Please go into what it is that you do when you're not YouTubing.
So when I'm not YouTubing, basically I have a nonprofit organization that is based in Honduras. We used to work out of Nicaragua, but we had a lot of issues there. So this is open We closed that office down, and now we're working just out of Honduras. We're actually going to be moving some offices to Africa, and we're looking for different places there to maybe do the same thing that we're doing here in Honduras over there. So basically what we do is the government gives us property, and we build small communities. We put a road through it, a park in the middle, and then houses around it, a couple stores. And then we put a water tower, tilapia farms, a wood shop, and we teach the guys how to, whittle wood and doors and treasure, just a bunch of cool looking stuff. And then the women, they learn how to do necklaces and bracelets and sew, and then they become self-sustaining. So you have some of the community is farming and selling, vegetables and stuff like that. The other part is working on the tilapia farm, and they're making money that way. And then the others are selling doors to local like trinket shops. And some of them get shipped over here, or some of them get shipped to America. Sorry, guys, for all the coughing.
Oh, you're good, man. That's me. I do the same thing.
Yeah, and then the women also, some of their stuff gets sent to the States, and other stays here and sent to the islands of Roatán, which is like a very touristy place, and everybody makes money. So it's that old saying in the Bible: you give a man a fish, feed him one time, if you teach him how to fish, he eats
Absolutely.
for life.
Absolutely.
So not because, and one of the things we did in the very, very beginning, we would just give people houses, and we learned that they couldn't keep the houses, they couldn't maintain the houses if you didn't give them direction, if you didn't teach them how to socially maintain those homes and how to keep social relationships. And so we teach all of that. We have a lot of pastors that come down from the States, teach the kids how to properly associate with other individuals, what's proper, what's not, what isn't. With adults, we teach them how to talk to people, how to maintain business relationships, how to go out and sell, their fish, and how to go out and sell the veggies, and how to negotiate prices. And so it goes a lot further than just giving somebody home. We actually go deep into the whole infrastructure, economically and mentally and all that stuff.
That's absolutely amazing. I mean, you are straight up, like, not only up here doing what us YouTubers are doing, which is just trying to bring awareness to certain issues, but you're also down there actually involved. Like you mentioned the last time that you are with trained ex-military, ex-law enforcement.
Yeah.
Explain what it is that you guys do, if you would. If you don't mind, sorry, I'm making a lot of assumptions.
No worries. It's a lot of it is out there. So basically, what we do is we bring in ex-military, ex-detective, ex-police force, just a lot of anybody who has any kind of service, whether it be from local civil all the way up to military, and not just from the States. We bring them in from Europe. We bring them in from everywhere. And what we'll do is we'll get what's called a line. We'll find a group of individuals that are either purchasing or kidnapping kids or even adults from other countries, and they bring them into Honduras as a layover, or they're actually taken from there. And what we'll do is we'll set up the individual to act as if he is a purchaser from Europe or from Canada or from America, and he's looking. And and then from there, we kick in doors to get the kids, and whatever happens from there pretty much, and then a lot of the times we'll follow the line all the way to Guatemala, and then with the Guatemalan local special forces and military and local police forces, then we act there, because then you not only have the crime becomes international, so those individuals then can get extradited to the United States. And then they get a bigger sentence versus them going to Honduras or Guatemala and getting 5 years and then living like a king. We can get them extradited to the United States.
Where we don't, that's very, to say it's frowned upon in this country is a severe understatement.
Oh, yeah. The thing is that I had somebody tell me, well, there's laws in the United States. We don't need people to, I'm just really paraphrasing what was said. They're like, we have laws in the United States. I don't want to misphrase it that much. so we have laws, and those laws take care of all of that. I'm like, yeah, well, it's the people that are the engine of that law.
Right.
So if you don't have people like yourself, like me, like DCP, BX Beast Boys, various other individuals calling out what we see, then the laws are for naught.
I love it. I love it. That's because basically the only thing that I could really hope to do with my channel right now is create more awareness. Laws are changed because the people demand it.
Exactly.
So I'm just trying to use my channel to do something responsibly about something that I am extremely passionate about. So for someone like you to take notice of that and invite me into what you're trying to get done, I'm very grateful, and I'm enthusiastic, to say the least, to be a part of it. So I mean, you're down there on the ground, like straight up executing. Now, do you have any law enforcement experience yourself or any training?
I'm ex-military.
Okay. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. So what is it as far as these things that we're talking about, the stuff that you're seeing on YouTube or whatnot? What is it that makes you feel so driven to what particular aspect of this issue makes you driving you to do what you're doing?
So
for example, for me, it's familial trafficking, where the parents are involved in the trafficking and pretty much pimping out their kids. Like literally, for Josh, it's the family vloggers. What is it exactly for you that triggers you to the point to where you feel like you need to do something?
So I come from a rocky background. I'm from the South Bronx, and I've seen a lot of craziness, and a lot of BS that happens to kids.
Right.
And I wasn't saying it was abused, but my ass was beat as a child, to a point where the point it was abuse. Now me and my father have come to terms, and I understand his point of view and why he was the way he was, looking at his family background, the way he was raised, his dad giving him away to his other son, which was my dad's brother, and my dad's brother being resentful and getting his ass kicked. And excuse me, I'm not sick. I have a nasal back drip, a post-nasal drip, and that's what causes it. Somebody was asking in the chat.
I get it.
And I have medication, and I just forgot to take it. So
it happens.
Yeah. So, and then with that, just being down here and seeing a lot of kids just, running around, knowing that I had the capability of actually doing something, seeing a lot of families that were living by the river, and just knowing that I can actually do something. And then I started doing something, and it ran from there. But as far as YouTube, what really kind of got me going was your arch nemesis. What's her name?
Was it Kay?
Yeah, her and
well,
WACB.
See her, the latter, Katie. I don't know her. And honestly, I've watched a total maybe of 5 minutes of her videos until I'm just like, dude, I can't do it. She has the personality of a stapler, and I just can't do it. But I hear all this awful stuff, and I was actually I had a conversation with BX Beast Boy last night, where he and I guess he's going to post it as a podcast. It was a very pleasant conversation. And after the fact, I think after we hung up, we talked for like an hour, and during that conversation, he explained to me his history with her, and I was just like, wow. I get it. Her behavior is getting people to a point to where they're just tired of it. But I've never actually really listened to her. I don't really know what the story is behind everybody. I know her involvement somewhat as far as the Sophie case that I talk about a lot.
That's what drew me in. Oh, so initially I had already been with all the BS, and then when she did that, when she called Sophie the B word, that really, 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 like, it hit me the wrong way. Like I didn't like her already, and then when she did that, my disdain for her went like in exponentially skyrocketed. So
Right.
then I was like, then she teamed up with that lady K, and I saw that, and it was like what it reminded me of was, you ever seen the videos of two snakes trying to eat each other? And that's what it looked like to me, and it went to shit.
Right.
Yeah, it went to straight hell, and then I was like, okay, so everyone knows how crappy this person is. So this person has to be just as crappy or more crappy to even want to do a video with this person. So then I started researching more and the whole, and it just took me down that rabbit hole. And then, with the Sophie situation, I was like, that's crazy. I looked at it from the point of view as a father. Right. And I understood
exactly
his plea for help. And I just, it befuddles me. It makes me, I'm like, how do people not see that equally women sometimes will scream and yell for help and they don't receive that, so they go to extremes to get that help. Same thing with men. Just because we're a man doesn't mean that people are automatically going to listen to us. Just because we're men, and we're abused as adults, people still don't listen to us.
But we can speak up for ourselves until we turn blue. A child needs one of us to speak up for them. That's just, and it's just the way that is. So it is simply by nature our responsibility to listen to them, give them the benefit of the doubt, and be ready to help them before we're ready to condemn them.
Exactly. It does happen. Kids lie.
Right.
Kids seek attention. Kids seek attention. Kids are misinformed with things that they thought were a certain way. Kids can be manipulated, but before all of that, you got to give them a voice and hear what they're saying, and then you can say, then it was, but until then, you really gotta,
Yeah, I was talking to BX Beast Boy last night, and when I told him that there was actually no investigation taking place, that's when he was like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't know that. He's like, there's no investigation? What do you mean there's no investigation? So a person with a heart like his automatically assumes, yes, they're looking into it. You shouldn't be sharing her face. He's right. You shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But what he didn't know at the time was that her face being put out there and her name being put out there was in the form of a demand for justice, a demand for at least someone to listen. So that's all that was. And so a lot of people misunderstood that. It seemed that he misunderstood it. Now I don't think he's changed his mind about how he feels about people showing her face. Everybody, I understand it.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion about that.
Right. Yeah. And to a certain degree, I agree with it, but I've had many very long conversations with her father, Michael. And he is I completely understand why he did it. And he's not the type to do it for the reasons that he's been accused of by his opposers. So, I know this for a fact. And so I'm going to fight for it and fight for it and fight for it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I feel the same way. I made one video on it, and I was like the third person or fourth person to make a video on it. And, and after that, I said, I'm not going to touch on it until the very end. That was just me though. I would go, if somebody had me on their live, like you, I would talk about it, but that was as far as I was willing to go, unless something drastic actually happened between here and there. Like I was going to make a video of like the cops going over to the mother's house and that whole little situation. And I had it recorded. I just never got to the editing, and I was like, it's too old. I'm not going to do it. Just I left it alone. But it's a crazy situation. I don't understand how people can sleep at night knowing that whether it is or it isn't, that they're talking shit about Sophie. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I feel the exact same way. And so people are like, oh, well, this is a personal thing with you and Kay. And it's like, no, it's not personal at all. Like the fact is I have nothing to say about her. Everything that she says, I rebuttal almost immediately. Yes. I disprove it, and then I'll go out of my way to discredit her, because people need to understand the type of person that is saying these horrible things.
When she called her followers peasants, whether it's a joke or not. I'm telling you, whether it's a joke or not, I would have taken such huge offense.
Right.
Because I'm not a peasant. I'm not your peasant. In fact, one day of my work, I do more than you do in a whole lifetime. So it's like, why would you even attempt to call me a peasant?
Call me a peasant to my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That comes to my head. Call me a peasant to my face.
I'm not going to do nothing. I'll just tell my wife.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, she's calling us a peasant, babe.
And but I'm saying it's just not something that somebody like her would actually do. She would never call somebody a peasant to their face, is my point. So she's thinking bad online.
Does she? Do you really think she does the wow factor, the shock factor, just for views?
Yeah, absolutely. I know it for a fact. I proved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I proved it. So she's and here's the thing is I mean, we're talking about her now, fair enough, but but I mean, I did a live last night and I didn't talk about her at all because she was live and she was talking about the Watts thing, and as far as I'm concerned, she could talk about the Watts thing till kingdom come. I don't care. Knock yourself out. Just if you're doing anything to discredit a child and you're doing anything to somehow influence your audience to not listen to children if they need help, then I'm going to speak up against you. Yes, I'm going to trash talk you. Yes, I'm going to discredit you. And I will try to shut you down if that's what it takes, if you won't stop. I don't care. But she didn't talk about it yesterday. I didn't talk about it, you know? But as far as her and the Katie Joy thing, I mean, the thing is, Kay is way smarter than Katie Joy. She's just
I think so.
Right. And Kay basically and it was fun to watch actually, because I used to be a mod for Kay. I know Kay. And she latches onto her because she has a shit ton of subscribers, right? But she knows that she's not a smart person. She watches her, she's like, she's dull, she's boring, she's not intelligent. She's one of these flukes that has God knows how many subscribers for whatever reason. She doesn't have half the talent or intelligence that I do. I'm going to chew this person up and spit them out. I'm going to get everything that they have on this case. Instead of doing my own digging, I'm going to find out if they have anything. She found out that she didn't, and then just spit her out. Chewed her up, spit her out. That's exactly what Kay did with Without a Crystal Ball. And I thought it was hilarious to watch.
It was. The funny thing was just like the very end when everything was just going nuclear. I thought that was great. I was like, oh my God, look at these two people. These two nutbags are in the same cell trying to destroy each other. It was hilarious.
Right.
It was funny.
It's like watching two cockroaches go at it.
Oh yeah, you know? It was great.
No guilt at all about laying money on it if you have to. So
my money was on Kay because she seems to be a little bit more ruthless.
Easy. Like Katie, I think that from what I understand now, in all fairness, again, I don't know her, but from what I understand, from what I hear from credible creators about her, about Katie Joy, is that she is just as ruthless, but she doesn't have the intelligence to go through the way that Kay would.
She doesn't know how. She stumbles across her crap.
Right. Were you watching when I shared that PDF file? I went over this whole thing. Somebody took a lot of time to get a shit ton. They basically created a government dossier on Kay and then put it out there. It was intense how much they put into this thing. Oh, wow. And it's out there. It's out there. So I went over just bullet points of certain things. The only things that interest me, and that's doxing and theft for the most part. We all know how much of an asshole she is on her stream. She insulting children and doing what she does. We all know that stuff. I wanted to focus on the stuff that's behind the scenes, which was the doxing, which was the thing with the GoFundMe. Now that still has to be proven. That's a hell of an allegation. But that still has to be proven, but it looks real bad on that PDF. So I think there's enough to demand for her to answer for it. Absolutely. So even if it was a joke, it could have just been a joke and taken out of context. You know what I mean? Who knows?
You got to share that with me. Send it to me so I can check it out.
I will. I will. But yeah, man, I gotta tell you. So, what are you hoping to do moving forward with this thing that you've developed between us five so far?
So just really quick, I want to give my mission statement. So
Sure.
pretty much, I am not as militant about it as DCP. You know, whatever decision and what his beliefs and I'm never going to diminish what he believes, never going to knock what he believes. But in my belief, I do think that there are, far and few between, but there are some family vloggers that mean well. Children generally like doing what they do, and there is absolutely no harm. There's no, foul play. There's no utilizing harm. It's just like the Partridge Family times one out there. And those individuals, I'm not against those people. Because like, let's just hypothetically on my end, if it's something that I wanted to take a trip with my family one day and I wanted to share it with my subs, there's nothing ill willed. As long as my kids tell me that I don't want to do this today, I'm going to respect their wishes. I'm not going to do it. And if there's something horrible going on, I'm not going to put it out there for everybody to see. To have my children ridiculed by their friends or have that harm them in the future. You see what I'm saying? There's very tactful ways and distasteful way to do it. But with that being said, there are those that are like the Lex Luthor. There are those who are just evil individuals that will go at anything, throw anyone under the bus. And those are the people that I'm going to start really taking a look at. Right. And with the help of you guys, do the same thing. Because 5 people is way better than just one. We can cover more ground. We can talk about individuals more. We can, like, let's just say DCP is only one person. So obviously he's not going to be able to talk about every family person or every family vlogger. But if we divide and conquer, we can. And we can also say, hey, this person isn't bad. They did this one thing. So we kind of need to just watch them. Don't say anything to them. Just watch them and see what develops and what happens to them. And if they start going down that deep end of horror, then we can call them out. Hey, look, this is where we tracked you. This is where you started going to shit. You could either go back to that or we're going to call you out. And as far and after the conversation that all 5 of us had, we talked about it. I mean, me and you, we talked for hours afterwards, and with Magoo as well. And days have passed since, and I've been able to really, after the adrenaline rush has gone down, the dust has settled, to really put some thought into it. And there are some things that we agreed on that I'm like, yeah, they're probably not that good, because other people brought them to light to me. They're like, hey, you know what, Comic Nut, how about we do this? And how about we don't do this? How about we try doing this? And a lot of people are backing us up, but it can be a very slippery slope where we need to, like I told you, watch each other's back. We have to check each other whenever we start to go off the deep end. And we have to make sure that we're all on the same page. One can be a little bit more extreme than the other. That's fine. But there's kind of has to be a fluidity to the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. And I don't want to speak for him, but you're speaking more along the lines of what BX Beast Boy was talking about last night in our conversation, as far as that's what he seems to be concerned about. Again, I don't want to speak for him, but he seemed to be concerned about
the slippery slope.
That slippery slope, exactly, absolutely. So of course we got to watch out for that. And I'm going to start looking into family vloggers. I have never looked into it because it just never interested me. Exactly. But after that live stream that we did, and he shared those analytics, I found those to be quite shocking. So
I've had so many people argue against those analytics, and I'm like, look, I have 3 channels. I've compared those analytics to mine. and they match up. There's like maybe on one of them, this one being my biggest channel, there's like a 2% margin of error. The other ones are like spot on by like 1%, 2%. That's huge. I also have a friend who's got a huge channel. I'm like, hey, do me a favor. I want you to look at this. I'm going to give you my password to Social Book, and then you tell me if the analytics match up. He goes, yeah, there's like a 1%, same thing I said, 1 to 2% difference on all of them. It's pretty damn accurate. Male to male ratio, female to female ratio. What is it? Your demographics is pretty much on point. Right. So I was like, damn, then they're actually right. So I did that because a lot of people were arguing the analytics of it. So I debunked that. Okay. Whether they want to believe it's true or not, that's up to them. I really don't give two shits. And then I had other people say, well, we don't know if those males went up, his percentage of males being viewed, viewing the vloggers went up because DCP sent people to go look at it. I'm like, okay, let's put this in a logical perspective. The majority of individuals that watch DCP, that watch you and that watch me are women. It is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
We love our subscribers, whether they're female or male.
My demographic is literally 90% women.
Yeah.
90%.
Mine is like 84.
I look at it simply like, how many mothers am I going to reach by doing this? So this is really important. So yeah, I'm all in, man. I'm all in on this.
Yeah. And so by doing that, I was just, everything that those individuals said was pretty much like shit, just done. I gave them, I gave them a chance. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to look at this from your point of view, and and I'm going to look. And if I was wrong about the website, about this, about that, I'll say, and I'll call DCP and I'll tell them, hey, look, you know what? I did a comparison across 4 or 5 different channels. This is what I found. But we didn't find that error. We went 5 different channels. Each one of them were a percentage of 1 to 2%. And the smaller the channel, and one of them, I'd say one of the channels was almost 1 million. So,
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Yeah, that's frustrating. But I mean, the thing is yeah, we're only 5 creators, and yeah, I'm only with my 4,000, and you've got your 11,000.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got
start somewhere though.
Sure, but the thing is those are all subscribers. Those are all people that can share the information that we share with them. These are all people, right? So so that's I'm asking everyone, I'm taking this very seriously. As far as the Sophie case goes, I demand an investigation. I am getting to a point, dude, I swear to God, dude, I will fast like fucking Gandhi if I have to until they fucking put forward an investigation, to just a solid investigation to get this little girl justice. Because I know for a fact that she is a victim of SA. I know it. I've seen enough evidence that merits an investigation, but enough to where you, being a logical human being with some common sense, will go, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this child is a victim. And I can't share that stuff until I get the okay from the family, until I get the okay from their attorneys. I can't share this stuff. But I know that there's something much, much worse going on. And the worst that you get from hearing what Sophie says in that video, there's enough to confirm that it's a direct threat. It's quite likely that she's telling the truth all the way. And so we're talking about corruption. We're talking about familial trafficking, possibly. We're talking about drug use. I've already proven the drug use. It's awful. The stuff is out there. The evidence exists. It's just that we're so limited as to what we're allowed to share because there's an open custody case going on. And we don't want anything to damage that case. We want, the kids are where they're at and they're happy where they are.
Yeah. I see that.
Right.
I've reached out to him a couple of times and I haven't had any luck in contacting him. My reaching out to him more so was like, hey, I want to make sure that you guys are okay, and if you need anything. I know I'm far away, but my hands do reach pretty far. You know what I mean? My arms are pretty fucking long.
Well, I will make the effort. I'll tell you right here publicly. I'll make the effort to reach out to him personally and see if I can get you guys in contact with each other.
Yeah, it's not for selfish means. It's
no,
more.
I know.
I just want to make sure that he's doing good, and that's where and that's where that is. That's at.
Yeah, I already have. I pride myself on having a good vibe on people, and as far as you go, absolutely. I got nothing but a good feeling about your intentions and who you are, and your actions prove it. Just the type of person that you are, you're proving it through actions, and that's more than enough. So I'm very, very, very thrilled to be part of something that I think is going to be much bigger than it is now. That's why I titled this "That We're Just Getting Started," because we are.
Literally, this is our second video on it. If you don't include DCP stuff, with his stuff, we're looking at 4 videos into it, 5 videos into it, and I'm going to talk to DCP on Monday and see if I can do something with him as well, because there's a lot of pettiness that people are just trying to do. What I mean by that is they're trying to take away from the overall message of what's trying to be put out there, and they're trying to muddy the waters, and that's just bullshit. Perfect. If you can find me a perfect creator, I'll give you everything I own. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Everyone has screwed up. It's those individuals that deserve the respect of everyone are the ones that have said, you know what, I have screwed up, and I'm going to rectify the issue, or I'm going to delete these videos, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Those are the people that demand respect from people such as yourself, from me, and subs, because they are the ones that they show that they're human. So, and I know that's who DCP is. DCP in the core is a great dude. He's a fundamentally awesome, kind-hearted dude. Can anyone can be consumed with their mission?
Right.
Especially when you have a history within that environment of mission. You know what I mean? I see a lot of these kids and I'm like, man, and there's times when I don't want to stop. I don't want to take a break. I'm going days and months in, and everyone and my wife or everyone just look, my wife has threatened to divorce me because I'm becoming consumed, and it kills me. And it affects everything around me. And sometimes we don't see that, but you need people around you, people that love you, to tell you, back the fuck up, think about what you're doing. You need to take a chill pill and a break, because you're starting to become dangerous to yourself and to others around you. So, yeah.
Hey, Truthy, you can jump on here anytime you want, my man. I need to throw him a link. Hold on a second. I'm going to send you a link right now, my man. Hold on.
Yeah, Truthy, I just read his thing, and you're right. 100%. Do you think that I would be backing him if I didn't believe in his mission statement? If I didn't believe in him as an individual? Because who I associate myself with, even though I separate my YT world and my real life world, I still want to maintain a good standard, a good standing here in YouTube world.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm more than capable of messing up on my own to have somebody else drag me down with them. I wouldn't associate with somebody if I thought they were shit.
Agreed. And how are you going to expect people to take you seriously and what you're trying to do with your channel seriously if you lack credibility?
Yep.
So you've got to somehow you've got to get behind the things you say as best as you can. And just like you said, nobody's perfect. You're always gonna have somebody who's able to call you out on some hypocrisy here and there. That's always going to happen. We're not perfect, but if the effort is genuinely made on a regular basis, then that merits some respect.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And just I lost my train of thought. Damn it! I hate when don't get old, guys, because that's what happens.
Same here. Yeah, I sat here and I just sent Truthy the wrong link.
Oh, okay.
But hold on, I'm about to correct that here.
Yeah, with me, I know that my history. If I were to lay out my history, you'd be like, "There's no way that dude is this dude now." Like if I wouldn't give you a picture. If I were to just throw a report from the time I was born to the time I was like 26 to 27 to now, you would swear that those two individuals were two different people raised in two different households with two different agendas. You'd be like, "There's no way." But
exactly. No, the beauty about having been a dirty motherfucker and not wanting to be anymore, and then going and having some experience of not being one anymore, is it's easy to spot dirty motherfuckers. You know what 100%. I'm saying? It's easy to spot them. Like, so, and I said it when I was going over that PDF file with Kay. I quoted Tarantino and I said, you only need to hang mean bastards, but mean bastards you need to hang. Yep. That's just how that is, man. And I'm never going to apologize for that.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy situation where I've personally been able to pull myself out of the gutter, and I won't. People try to throw that in my face. People that I know and like, they're like, "Well, you used to be." I'm like, "Say that again." You used to be. I'm like, "What's the second word you said? Used to be." I'm like, "There you go." Right. I'm no longer him. So if you want to keep dredging the past up, then you're not an individual that I want in my life, because you're an anchor.
I can't do anything for you. Yeah, we can't do anything for each other. Yeah. There's no sense in moving on with this if this is how it's going to be.
People like us need someone to say, you were like this, but look at you now. And you need to keep on doing what you're doing now so you don't slip into that again. You need to uplift yourself. People around me now, they uplift me because they know, people, even you, I guarantee it, we're one incident away of going back to the people that we were.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. So I like the point that you're on right now. I personally like I've said this to Will privately, because Will's kind of punished himself a lot with his glare strategy. And I'm like, I don't really give a shit who you were. I can see who you are now. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I mean, I don't know if I'm one step away from going to the crazy guy I was in my teens and 20s. But I'll tell you, there's a comic book, since I'm going to go, this is for you, Mr. Nut, but there's a comic book called The Killing Joke.
Where of course. I own it.
The Joker tells you you're only one day away from crazy, I think. You can change you probably know the wording better, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
If somebody comes and like, God forbid, kills Mrs.
All it takes is one bad day. That's what he said. All it takes is one bad day.
That's it. So no, I mean, I don't, anybody who's done stuff, that's why the doxing stuff and things like that, the only way to win is to go, good, fuck you. That was a different person. I'm not that person now. Bye. That's really the only, way to win that. And it's like, if you forgave yourself years ago, that's the key. You got to forgive.
Yeah. But I tell people all the time, I'm like, if you really, really, really want to see that person again, keep pushing. And you will.
Yeah.
You'll see him for an hour or so, maybe even less. And the new me will realize, what did you just do? Push him back down. But the actions would have been done already. Because a lot of the stuff that I let slide today, there's no way I would let slide when I was younger. And that's not a threat to anybody. That's just an actual fact of who I was,
Right.
Well, and you're living right now in a very dangerous situation. So your guard, you especially you. I mean, your dander is up all day, I would imagine, right? Ready to go, one eye open. At least that's what I would imagine that you're in right now.
Yeah. And, I was raised in the South Bronx, so it's just the same thing. The South Bronx, when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, was not a place to be.
Oh, dude, that's when, that's pre-Giuliani, and then that was.
Like it's from my understanding, it had its good things, but it was a really bad place to live as far as crime goes.
Yeah, it was like the number one crime-ridden city in the States during that time. And it just, now it's great. Now it's all, gentrified and there's condos and stuff like that. But growing up, man,
that's when Ed Koch was mayor of New York.
Yes. Yeah. It was.
I remember watching that as a kid going like, I don't want to go there.
I don't want to visit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was definitively a bad place. And, someone young growing up there in the public school systems, you had to be doggy dog as well in order to get out of that with some semblance of sanity in your life. So
yeah, I wanted to address the Josh thing. I actually got off. I did the same thing that you did, Will, with BX Beast Boy, where he records you and then the next day is going to put up a video or so, day or two. And we talked a little about the Josh situation. And I said one thing. I'm like, look, if there was one person in our little community that I felt was going to go rogue or be a complete lunatic, I wouldn't do it. And I'm like, every single person is going to make their own mistakes or act their own way, or have our own different methods and strategies. That's part of it. Like if you're trying to assemble the Internet Avengers, Superman's going to fight Batman. That shit happens.
Yep.
That can happen. But I believe firmly, and I think it's painfully obvious to anybody, that Josh is an all heart, and that he views the situation as if it's his kids. Like he views the family vloggers as if he's protecting them. The fact that he jumped in with both feet, I understand. I just think, course correction, no big deal. And then you just go like, all right, that strategy might not work, but you work. As long as your heart's in the right place, I think everything should be fine.
Yeah, I would love for BX Beast Boy to join the crusade, and he could be our Batman, our level-headed, hey guys, you're going too far, pull this shit fucking back. I would definitively like him to be part of that if he's listening and
he is listening. At least he was, because we got off right as Will started, and he said he was going to go in there, so I think he is listening, and I'm sure. I won't speak for him, but I know that. We are all, he interviewed Will last night. We had a 3-hour conversation today. Most of it was just about comic book movies and horror movies and stuff and martial arts. But I don't know, I think so too. I think the more, the better. The damaging family vlogs, the ones that are just obviously pimping out their kids, those are atrocious. And it's not even just the analytics to me. I zoom out, and my sister
look at the big picture, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like the joke that I make is I smoke cigarettes is if those little barcodes on the cigarette packs.
Yeah.
All right. So if you hold one of those, press it directly up to your eye, you can't read it at all.
Exactly.
Pull it away. Oh shit! It's 2694672. Okay, now I see. So to me, I think that zooming out is the key here, as opposed to being stuck in the minutia, the small details. And as long as the goal is to make it not cool for people to do that and use their children's as, monetization weapon.
Yeah.
Then absolutely. We need to, before you go to war, you got to sit with your generals and plan a strategy. You don't want a berserker just running out. We're going to go to them all.
Yeah. I agree with that. And like I said, I just want to reiterate that me personally, I can't speak for anyone else. I don't think that they're all bad. I really don't. Because there are some great people. Like I told the Glare earlier, if I was taking a trip, let's say I went to the States and I was taking a trip to Disney World, I would want to share my children's smiles and laughters with other people, not because I'm going to make money off of it, but what it does is that sad person on that particular day sees one of my kids laughing or smiling, then it'll bring them up. If it can make one person smile, then you're doing good. Now, again, I'm not putting my kids out in bathing suits and short shorts and short shirts, and they're dressed like normal kids and they're acting like normal kids. They're not being over sexualized. These are things that I think we need to separate, because if you don't, then you really can't put everybody in the same salad bowl, man, because you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we just need to get. I mean, we're all going to find some common ground to help each other out on the branches of this issue that we are passionate about.
Yeah.
And again, like I have to educate myself on family vlogging. Like the analytics that DCP went over were pretty shocking. Where they were jarring. And so. That made me go, oh, okay, I need to look into this. And, but I agree with you, Mr. Nutt. I mean, that's what people do. People are proud of their families. There are people out there that are just proud of their families, and they share stuff on social media. It just is what it is. But what concerns me are the analytics where it's 80% of the audience are men.
Exactly. And you have to remember, when you look at those analytics, you also have to correlate to what channel they're on and to what videos are they mainly watching. Like he said,
how many of those are gay men, who just like that sort of reality type television?
Probably what I mean? 10 to 15% of them, probably. But you still, when you have 81% and you take that down to 15, you're still at like what, 65%, 60%. That's still a huge amount of men in between 24 and 35 looking at those videos. And when you get spikes, when the girl is going to the doctors and she's showing her feet, or when you get spikes when they're at the beach, or when you get spikes when they're in the jacuzzi. That's a telltale sign, man. That speaks volumes, dude. That's huge.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, and it's disturbing. You're watching almost in real time what it is that is exciting,
exactly,
by the majority, of the audience. It's disturbing. It's extremely disturbing.
Yeah, and like I want to just also, I said it once before. I wanted to say it again because I know there's a lot of new people in here, where if I were to send everybody, all 11,000 people that fall 11,500. That's a new number, by the way. 11,500.
That's the Lord of the Rings number. 11,300.
That's a glare number, is what that is. That's a will number.
So you got my 11,500 followers. If I send every single one of them to go see just one vlogger, their numbers are going to jump 80%. No, my women followers are 91% of my channel, so it would jump significantly. They're women, not the men. Again, so people trying to say, oh, it's because they're driving traffic there, then the numbers would skew to where there'd be more women watching than more men. So it just doesn't make any sense to me when people try to argue that with that particular point. It's just, unless somebody can prove me wrong and show me the numbers, that's where I stand at. Doesn't mean that I'm just solidified in that, but that's just where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, you have to actually look at the analytics. Like right now, you just made me look at my analytics. A month ago, I was 72.7 female. Now I'm 93.3 female. Like,
yeah, I'm 92.3, which is fine. I don't care. I just know that whether it's a male sub or a female sub, they're going to get the same respect out of me either way,
Sure. But I think that it's good to get a diverse base of subscribers if there's a genius way to figure that out. Because if we're getting people who are like, Will, I love his tank top, and Truthy, I love his voice, and Mr. Nut's a tough bastard. We got him for the wrong reasons, man.
Yeah. I want to get him for the substance of the content, not for anything else, Now, Kiki Dawn asked a great question. She said, is there a way to find how many teenagers lied about their age early on to get on YT? I know my son did that. So there is. I would just need to go and do the research and find out, like last year and the year before, the percentages of those accounts that were found to be underage children that have lied. And I know it's not going to be a huge percentage like most people think. It'll probably be, maximum 5, maybe 10%, which when you're talking in the millions is a drop in the bucket. It's still not going to move the meter in a huge way. So if you're looking at 10%, let's say if 85% of the people are watching are men at a particular time, that's going to drop down your analytics by 75 or 10% to 75%. 75% is still an alarming rate of men between 24 to 35 that are watching at that particular time when the girl is showing her feet, or she's at the beach in the bikini, like I said, or the kids are in the hot tub. So you have to, it's a, like you said, Magoo, it's a bigger picture. It's looking at everything and putting all the pieces of the puzzle together to get a clear picture of what's going on. Because if you only take one thing, then everything else can obviously in your mind be wrong. If I'm looking at this one other thing, then I can argue the point and everything else is wrong. But when I put it all together and put them in place, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This is crazy. It's bigger than I actually thought, and it is an issue.
Well, the one thing we, at least I haven't discussed with anybody, is what is our goal? Like that's what I'm, I know Josh was to get him off and demonetize, but I think he's definitely rethinking that and fine tuning it.
Of course, you have to.
Yeah.
There's no other logical way as far as the family vlogger goes. Yeah. Like for me, it's familial trafficking. I want that eradicated. I want human trafficking eradicated. If slavery can be eradicated, this is just another form of that. I don't see any reason why it's not possible to actually achieve that goal.
So here's what I believe personally should happen. If you have children that are under the age of 13, I don't think that they should be on the camera constantly. If you've got 10 videos and they're on there twice, maybe 3 times, and depending on the context of that particular video, I don't see it being a bad thing. If you are constantly throwing out your kids like in those predicaments that I mentioned earlier or in others, then they should be demonetized because it's in the TOS as well. Under 13 shouldn't have an account. So if they shouldn't have an account, there should be certain criteria as to the way you can put them on camera. There should be. And that should be the awareness, bringing awareness to YouTube to be able to mold and modify some sort of TOS to make it where it's a little bit more, not a little bit, a hell of a lot more stringent. And in the positions you can put these children in your videos.
Yeah. So Jacqueline, I think I know who this person's related to. The problem is that Truthy Magoo is being disingenuous. Some people can change, but some things that were done when they're younger are so serious they'll stay the same. Okay, Will. So do you think that's ever the case? Anything you did when you were younger, do you think that means you'll always stay the same? I don't.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
No,
hell no. I'm not.
No, anything done prepubescent, especially has no bearing on who you've become and grown into as an adult. It's a common thing for children to explore homosexuality prepubescent, but most of the time they grow up straight. I
don't think there's anything done in youth that cannot be corrected. I mean, I guess if you're 6 years old and you're Michael Myers and you pick up a knife and kill your sister,
unless you're a genuine sociopath, right? You can be rehabilitated.
Yeah, I think so too. I just think that I don't know. I don't know why that should even factor in. You can tell by a person's current behavior and current life what kind of person they are. It's obvious to me when I see Josh, he's a super caring dad. It's obvious to me when I see Will that he's very passionate about that issue. It's obvious when I see you putting your money where your mouth is, Mr. Nut, and doing all the things you do. It's obvious that there's, I don't really give a shit who you were. I don't care who you were.
Yeah. Well, I would say that there probably are certain characteristics and traits that do carry on, but those are minimal. Like one of the traits when I was a young kid,
like being stubborn.
Shit. Yeah, being stubborn. I didn't take shit when I was a kid. I don't take it now. You got to tell me something at least 100 times for me to understand what you're saying. Not because I don't understand it. It's because I don't want to hear it. It's a stubborn part. Those are traits that do continue to go on. But becoming a genuine, moral-based having empathy, those things happen over time. Because as a child, you don't have the experiences that you would when you're 20 or 30 years old to have and understand what empathy is.
Yeah, right.
You know,
and I like the idea. I mean, the people that I've learned the most from are not the people who avoided making mistakes. It's the people who have learned from making mistakes that they made. Those are the people that I respect the most. Those are usually the people that I get the most out of, because I can actually relate to that. Because I'm a self-aware person that the truth is I'm no different than anyone else, because the fact is we've all made mistakes. It just depends on to what degree, the situation, the scenarios, but we've all made mistake. None of us are perfect, and none of us, based on that.
So there's a certain religion I'm thinking of, both of you, that I won't say it. They're actually usually very, very nice people, this particular religion, but they are from day one really good people. The way that they keep them in line, like super nice people, and they never experience mistakes in life that make you grow. Like if all you do is, I've never had coffee, I've never had alcohol, I've never had this, eventually you're going to pop later.
Oh yeah.
You're going to pop later, which is way worse than popping early.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I have a few friends that are from a certain religion that grew up very encapsulated.
Yeah.
And one of them is 26, 27 years old. She just got divorced and she is living her best life times 5. And nice. I'm like, you need to slow down because you're going to kill yourself. She's like, I'm getting it all out now. And I'm like, yeah, but the problem is that you're going to get used to living that lifestyle. And then it's going to be harder for you to get out of that because you're older and, you get more set in your ways and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she got divorced. It was like 3 years ago when she got divorced. She went crazy for 1.5 years, 2 years. She found the right dude, got married with him. And now she's chill, 2 kids, beautiful, great relationship. But when she was going through it, I was like, holy shit, this is dangerous, man. But I could definitely see what you're saying. Had she gotten all of that stuff done younger, her life would be just that much more far ahead now as an adult.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I watched that. There's people I have in mind that I grew up with personally that were just really super, Boy Scout and doing everything all clean cut, and then they get a divorce from their first wife, and they just that's it, and they're like bar guy, and they tank so fast, like, so weird. The repression level makes them tank.
There's always that one guy. I'm like, hey man, you're 35. I don't recommend you drop acid for the first time. Don't do that. Don't do that, dude. I don't recommend that. Mushrooms, maybe. I make sure I'm there.
Yeah, maybe.
Light meth use at 35. Yeah. What's that? Will you say there's no such thing as leftover crack?
That's absolutely true.
That's funny. That's funny.
There's a band in Miami who actually kind of made it. They got signed and they were called Leftover Crack, and I always thought that was the most hilarious name for a band.
You never think of it that way, huh? No such thing as Leftover Crack. That's true.
No such thing.
That's great. Really quick. I wanted to tell BX, if he's still listening, that I appreciate the 2 videos that he uploaded. I watched each one of them probably about 10 times, and every time I watched it, I got something else from them, and it put a lot of things in perspective, and I appreciate that. It does go a lot, and I also appreciate you giving me the shout out in the description and in the video. I really do appreciate that. But again, it really put a lot of things in perspective for me, and I was already on that track of thinking of those things, but he just accelerated it, and hearing it from someone else that I respect really was like, oh damn, I was thinking that, so I guess I'm not wrong. And here are 2 other points that I didn't think about that he just dropped for me. So I really appreciate that.
And I'm happy to throw a link in chat for BX Beast Boy, or email it to him if he wants to join us. He's more than welcome to. but I understand that he just got off of a 3-hour interview and he might not want to.
He said he was here, though. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I listened to I think the last one that he dropped while I was at the gym, and he always makes some really, really good points. Like I absolutely love the conversation that he and I had last night. So I'm looking forward to hearing it on his channel, and looking forward to future conversations with him. Absolutely.
Yeah, same here. I didn't know really anything about him other than the videos I see. He can have a very, very serious philosophical side, instead of just always, making jokes and and I was like, oh, and we had a shitload in common. He was an MMA fighter. That we do not have in common. I wasn't. You were, though.
I was, yeah.
But we had martial arts in common, all the same movies, all the same stuff. But he's actually like a philosophically deep thinker. And so, yeah, he may not agree with certain people's methods, but he still definitely agrees with the idea,
Yeah, of course. But that's the thing. I don't think any movement started the way it ended. You follow what I'm saying? I don't think the idea was there. We have this goal. We want to get to this goal. We want to do this. And this is the way we feel we should get there. And as you're going down that road, you say, well, look, either this isn't the way to go because it's either, batshit crazy, or because you're not seeing any results. We need to veer and make changes in the plan to get to where we want to go. I think every movement has that in common.
Yeah. Somebody asked, where's the female representation? And Mikasa said, in the chat. That's for sure. Guaranteed we got like 90 some plus females in here.
Yeah, not only in the chat, but we also do have Illuminacy. Yeah, Illuminacy.
Is it Illuminacy or Illuminacy?
I think, well, yeah, Mrs. Magoo's here right now. But we've never even discussed where she stands on the family vlogger. So if you guys ever want to talk to her, she'd wait.
Mrs. Magoo's all in the background, like, yeah, thanks, guys.
Freaking assholes.
I'm invisible again.
I'll let her take over for a second. It's good to have female perspective.
I'm still mad at you, Will.
Hold on. Let me mute. I'm gonna mute you. I'm just kidding.
I take no credit.
Hang on, let me go grab my kazoo.
Get the kazoo.
No, I'm mad at you because you were like, Illuminacy's so pretty. She's the only pretty girl in here. And I'm like,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. I said one of the prettiest girls on YouTube. That's what I said.
And then you were like her and Annie, and I was like,
is that wrong?
You just kept digging the hole. You were like her and Annie, and I'm like, wow.
Well, dude, you got to make more videos, because what happens is I forget. That's what happens. You got to make more videos. I was just telling Truthy today that I haven't seen a video from Kate in a while, dude. So where's this hat? Let's have this. Because I am subscribed to your channel. I am a mod for your channel. I'm looking forward to the next video.
Yeah, I've been like Ross and Rachel. I've been on a break.
Right on. No, yeah, and understandably so. Absolutely. And Lufa's like, Will needs some oak leaf. Look, I got all the oak leaf I need modding in my chat. I made the decision. I'm gonna say it out loud one more time because I got a lot more people in here this time. But last night I made the decision. It's already been at least a week for me, but there are things, certain opportunities, including this, but this is one of a few, certain opportunities that may make themselves available, and I feel that I want to put 100% of what I of myself into this. What we're doing. I want to be clear-headed the entire time. I'm taking this too seriously. I'm not going to be coming on here and drinking wine and getting loud and ragging on Kay just to do it. I want to be focused, and I'm not telling anybody else what to do. I'm just saying, I know me. I'm best when I'm just, maybe smoking a little weed. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I like to smoke a little weed. But I'm not oak leafing it for a while, man. This is too important to me, and there are other things going on in my life right now that are some possible opportunities, and I want to be 100% for those opportunities. So
I get that. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't ever feel 100%. Like I can even when I do like an edible, like for days afterwards, I feel it in my mental capacity. Like I just can't.
I mean, I'm just a smoker, man. You know, I think deeper, you know, and even without it, you know,
I got a story about that, man.
Even without it, you know, it's fine. It's not something that I feel like I need. Neither is drinking. I drink once in a while. If I do drink on here, it's because I'm on here with Truthy and we're just cutting up and having a good time. But considering that this is that I'm a part of something where I made the decision when my channel got struck that I was going to take a certain issue head on, full force, you know, just like a bulldozer, like a moving train. And I want steam running that train, man. So, and you know, the drinking, it probably wouldn't affect it much, but I know I could have more steam without it, if that makes sense, you know? So it's not a, it's not a, I got a problem and I got to stop. It's nothing like that. It's just, you know, now there's a purpose. Now there's a goal, and there are 4 other people committed to this. And the least I could do is give you guys 100% of what I have to offer of myself. Because it's really all I have, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's just my mind and my insight, and my wits need to be sharp for that.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but I also think that it's good that we have you in on our side as well as Illuminacy, because then people can't say, "Oh, it's a bunch of men bullying women." Right. We have women on our side too that are also seeing the picture just as we do, and we're seeing the picture just as they do. We're one in this battle, and
right.
To say, "Oh, it's a bunch of men," diminishing the idea or bullying, you're diminishing what the women are saying here, and vice versa.
Right. So, and I don't want to be the bum knee, you know, in this one unit. You know what I mean? So, and real quick, Rosaleng is killing it right now in the chat. Like I saw a nasty troll in there, like spamming. That person can type, and Rosaleng was all over it. Good job.
Well, but, you know, so we figured out who it was. I won't go into it too much because that's what they want is the discredit, like the divide and conquer is their strategy.
It doesn't matter.
Honestly, whatever you try and do, I promise. I've told everybody everything, and it's absolutely not true the way you said it. And so you're not going to divide and conquer. It's not going to work.
I had a troll come at me this morning. I was in somebody's chat, and I always go into their live, and I give them a light jab, but it's a friendly light jab because I like the person's content, but I don't like the side that they're on, but I like them. So I always give them a light jab, and then I always will send them a super chat and say, "Hey, I hope you're doing great," or something like that, you know. And he knows. So one of his diehard is also like a super troll. They came at me, and I was defending myself, and I was banned, and I forgot where the hell I was going with that story.
I don't know. Maybe it's trolls. I don't like anybody who says troll. I actually view a troll as someone kind of funny.
Oh man, I don't know where I was going with that shit.
It depends. It depends on the troll.
I don't even smoke. What the hell?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like I feel like I got a sixth sense about these things sometimes. Oakleaf showed up in a really, really sensitive moment on my channel, and my first instinct, it was obviously a troll. It was a troll made up of the wine that I drink, right?
Oh yeah, they were in here earlier.
Yeah, but they were.
I forgot again.
They're on your side, Oakleaf.
I remembered and I forgot.
I don't know. Yeah, but immediately, as soon as I saw them in my chat, my instinct was to wrench them. and it was a fucking troll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just had nothing but I had a good feeling about it.
Oh,
you know,
that's what it was.
And I don't regret it.
The person tried to discredit me by saying that I told another creator to go after children. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely not me. And everybody in the chat was like, nah, we know not. Yeah, that's crazy. That's not, you're lying. And I was like, yeah, the person's a bold-faced liar. You're lying. I put their name in it and I put the little pointy finger and I'm like, no, you are lying. You're a piece of S. And, and that person everybody jumped on that individual.
Dude, hey, I'm not monetized. You can cuss all you want on here.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you don't swear to the hard F's? Okay. That makes
sense. On my channel, I do it because it's my channel and I don't care. But I want to respect. And if he says that I can drop him, then I'm going to drop him like crazy. I'm not.
Yeah, well, dude,
yeah, absolutely. Don't hold back. Yeah.
Will get
speak how you speak here, man. Speak how you speak here. YouTube can kiss my ass until they monetize me, dude. Like, I'm still got my fucking PIN number. So fuck you, YouTube.
Fuck you, AdSense. So yeah, no, like, but you'll get all kinds of people eventually. Like you probably already have. I think you told me you did. People who are like all kinds of threatening and attacking. I do not let them go. We spent 5 days last week with an investigator tracking down who these people are, where they're from. We've pinpointed their exact locations and reported them to the FBI. Even if you say Mr. Nut's real name, you are breaking the law. That's doxing with intent to harass.
Oh yeah, it is.
Name. So we're just going to put all of your asses behind bars for what? Because you want to just discredit people and be a keyboard warrior? No, you're going to get popped. But people like us don't take the kind of shit like that.
So people need to, like I say all the time, and my arms reach very, very, very far.
What military were you in? I was curious.
I was in the Navy.
I love that.
In the United States, though, right?
Yeah, in the United States. Yeah,
that's what I meant. Like, because we were, I think me and Mrs. Magoo were asking, like, which military was he in? The Honduran military or the U.S. military?
No, we did. I did spend a lot of time down here training the Tesones that I spoke about the other day.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
My only chat I've had with you is the one we had before I was on our first live stream. So I didn't ask you that question, but I was just curious. So yeah, no, really, like, honestly, and plus look what he does for a living. Did you hear, guys, he goes and he's had people's, like, he kicks in doors to save children and it's against the cartel. You think that's
like this guy literally like hits the cartel in the wallet? You think he's scared of you?
Yeah, no, I'm not scared of them. That's why if they were to ever dox me, I'd be like, okay, you know what? I've got friends that are grimy. Let's take it there now, because that's what you want to do. You want to be grimy. So those people, they like to play gangster until it really is time to step up and become gangster.
Absolutely.
And that's when I say, this is who I was and this is who I am now, but I can turn into that individual for a hot second for you and then become me again. It's like the Hulk. You don't want to fuck with him. He's the Hulk for a minute. And then he becomes Bruce Banner again, and he's, crunching numbers and fucking mixing chemicals and shit,
I'm that way on the legal side. When I was younger, I did my own dirt. I not to your level, I'll tell you that. Definitely not. But now I'm like, all right, I've got tons of connections. I've got all on the legal side. And like, all right, we're not going to let people cross that line too far. Yeah. Like if you want to actually post people's names and addresses for the point of harassment, we'll,
petty.
You're gonna get, even if you have a VPN, which a virtual private network, I'm sure we all do, right? Yeah. Okay. So even if you do, your email header gives you away. And so you think that you're smart, but you're not as smart as the FBI. So like, no, and then what? Well, like people ask you, why are you in jail? And you're like, I was harassing a YouTube creator and I made it a threat. You think that's going to go well when you're in jail? Not so good.
Hey, real quick, I want to give a birthday shout out to Bridget B.
Oh, is it Bridget B's birthday?
Everybody's dropping it in the chat saying that it is. So right. Bridget B, a very, very loyal supporter of us both, Truthy. So yeah, big shout out to her.
Yeah,
happy birthday. So
yeah.
one of my number 2 down here is a guy by the name of Raul, and he is ex-cartel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's the guy that I go to for. Well, this is funny, but he's the guy that I ask questions to remain level-headed on situations. Isn't that a bitch?
Yeah. Is he in here right now?
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Legit.
Yeah. So, and he's a good dude. He's a great dude, and he has way more connections than I do. So he's able to reach out a little bit further. His hand can reach deeper into the mud, so to speak.
Right.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Honestly, I went on. I won't go too in depth into it, but I went on this one site and I saw what cartel people do when they catch someone who tells on them. Mm-hmm. And I watched multiple videos on it, and I'm like, oh, wait, here's an interesting story about this, actually. Do you know who El Pozolero is?
El Pozolero yeah.
Right. So
de Mexico.
Yes, exactly. So El Pozolero, pozole, you guys, probably most of you know, it's a really good Mexican soup with hominy and usually chicken or pork. So they call him that because he goes in, he puts you in a vat of hydrochloric acid, and you slowly dissolve, and he makes human pozole. So they call him El Pozolero. And I know who that person is. I actually worked with his cousin delivering beer out of a semi truck.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Is he already caught?
Nope.
No, you don't get people in Miami. People that are in.
Let's
Mexico
not talk any further about that here, shall we?
Yeah,
I love you. I'm a big fan of plausible deniability, my friend.
Oh, I don't know him personally. I knew his cousin. I'm cool. I don't know his real name.
Yeah, so people in that trade that are in Central South America and in Mexico are far and few between when they do get caught. But when they get caught, they get caught.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Well, I guess, they even caught El Chapo.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, those individuals that catch the eye of the big giant up north, meaning the United States, once they catch eye of you, whether you're low level or not, you're going down, man. They'll catch you no matter what.
Yeah, once we give attention to it, yeah, that seems to be the case. Like, because that's kind of when Escobar started. His own people got him, but it was when we started giving him attention that I forgot the name of that force that got him. Would you remember the name of that? Like, it reminded me of a goat or something. I can't remember. There was a force that was his own people, but he didn't get the attention until the United States gave him attention.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's how it works, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, just so you guys know, I have about 7 more minutes, and then I got to run up, give the kisses good night to everybody, tuck everybody in, and
of course. And I want to give a shout out to Josh as well. And there was somebody on my channel named Tammy. To Josh, DCP Tom, and Tammy, who was on my panel the other day. I think it's incredible and so important that they adopt kids, these kids, and make these kids who don't feel wanted and feel like there's nobody in the world and there's no place for them in the world. Somebody provides them with a place in the world, shows them that they have that, and it's so important that people do that. And so I'm honored to have an association with just 3 people, through here that I know do that. So anybody out there who does that, I think that's incredible. I think that's incredible, and I appreciate you. I think they deserve just as much respect as any veteran. I think they deserve just as much respect.
Right. In a way, Mr. Nut is the great adopter. Really.
Adopted a country.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, you do it every day. You liberate kids all the time. It's incredible. That's like, I can't explain to you how much of an honor it is to have this new association with you, and hopefully a friendship that develops from it.
Of course.
And and to have you here. I'm honored.
Well, in January, I'm going to the States and I'm doing like a tour. So depending on what state you live in, I can stop by.
Yeah, we'll definitely be in touch. That would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm gonna let you get off here because I know you got that stuff to do, and I want to hold you up. But thank you so much for joining us, man. I
appreciate it, guys. It's always awesome talking to you guys, man.
Good seeing you again, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'll probably talk to you guys afterwards in DM, after I put the kids to bed and all that stuff like that. And anyway, love everybody out there. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Truthy Magoo's and mine, and do all that spiel. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, later. All right, guys. Bye.
All right. Have a good one, man. Yeah. What a good dude.
Yeah. No, I don't know if we talked about this publicly or privately behind the scenes in StreamYard, but he used to be an MMA fighter. I just found out BX Beast Boy was
that. Fighter. Yeah, that's amazing. Charlotte, I did get that. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. That was very, very sweet. Thank you. I just have not had a chance to say thank you for that.
PayPal.
Yeah.
Donald Dolan was trying to send you something and he forgot that you weren't monetized. So he told me that he's I'm like, well, you can do, he knows your PayPal obviously, but I'm like, well, we'll have to wait till he gets monetized. Shouldn't be longer than another couple weeks, right?
No, dude, it's been months. It's been months, like a year.
A year?
Yeah, that's what I've been. Dude, have you not been listening to when I explained this?
I heard you say months. Yes,
I've sent. No. What I'm telling you is this is multiple times. I've sent out for it, and I verified my address in AdSense. But I have sent out for this PIN number at least 5 times, and I wait about 2 months each time.
How the hell is that even happening? I don't understand.
Right. So, yeah, it's blowing my mind, and it's telling me that it says due to COVID, it may be delayed. But I mean, it's been so long, and you got on long after I first sent out for it. You became a YouTuber long after that and got monetized as soon as you hit your 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
So
I don't understand. Did you?
No, I was monetized. And then they were like, your PIN number's in the mail. And then now they cut my monetization. I have money in AdSense from when I was monetized, but I never got the PIN number. And so ironically, because I failed to enter a PIN number, they cut my monetization. So I have money sitting in AdSense right now.
Yeah,
that I can't touch because I don't have a PIN number.
I'm gonna see. So it sounds. I mean, I don't know. There must be another way. I'll look into that privately. I like to help do stuff like that. So
I know. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I'll look into it for you for sure. Because
there's no contact. There's no contact to any member or to a representative. There's no. It's weird. Actually, there was at one point.
I found their phone number right now. If you want it.
Really?
Uh-huh. So you probably didn't know the Google Merchant Center is also tied in to Google AdSense. So the number for Google Merchant Center was where you start. And then from there, you fumble your way through AdSense. They're open from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific.
I'm going to do that on my break at work for sure.
Yeah. So I'll read it to you if you want right now, or I'll put it in the chat or something.
Just send it to me in Messenger.
Facebook. Yeah, so you start there, and they'll try to sell you advertising on YouTube and say, no, I just want AdSense customer service, please. From what I just read. Yeah.
All right. Looks like Beast Boy wants a link.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. I'm dropping that right now, BX. It's in the chat.
I was listening to you say that you're going to be really serious. Yeah, I haven't really had much to drink in 3 days. And honestly,
I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be totally perfectly functional. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying for me, I it's better for me if I can bring more to the table is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, no, sometimes yes, sometimes. But I was going to say though, I'm probably going to do a stream where I just sent you the number, by the way, where I do like play guitar and sing and like have lighthearted times. And in that case, I may break out the old my version of Oak Leaf, but because Christmas. I mean, we haven't done anything fucking festive, and it's already halfway through the month almost. So I might do something like that. But we're talking about this stuff now. That's just...
I'll definitely be doing a Christmas themed stream at some point, and invite a bunch of people up. Have our own little Glare Christmas celebration. At some point. Yeah, something lighthearted for sure. Whoever wants to join, but I still have to plan that. I'll probably do it somewhere, around or Christmas or Christmas Eve, around there somewhere. Just something short, sweet.
Yeah. I think a Christmas movie stream would be good too. I have to look into that because it used to be where you could. Beast Boy doesn't see the link, by the way. He said, "I'll send it to him."
I dropped it. I'm dropping it again.
You send it to his email?
No, I dropped it in the chat.
Oh shit! It's right in the chat, Beast Boy.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. What's up?
What's that?
How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man.
Nice. So you guys, you and Mr. Magoo here had a nice conversation like we did yesterday. I understand.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was definitely fun, man.
It really was. No bullshit. Like we figured out. I won't spoil it but I basically viewed it this way, Beast Boy, where the music that he liked, I stereotypically should have liked, and vice versa. I was like, he's like, no, like, and I'm like, basically, you're kind of the yin to my yang in a lot of ways.
It was weird. It was like every time he was telling like a certain story, I'm like, oh my god, that happened to me, just the opposite way.
Yeah.
It was like there was a movie when I was a kid. I can't remember the name of it, but it had like two inner city kids that switched places. And it was kind of like that, where like they had the same name. It had the guy from Boy Meets World. It was an old movie.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I saw that. But you know what else got me was that we both. I mentioned to him, I'm like, what I used to do when I wanted to get into trouble. I had this really good car system, and I would go and bump Elton John in a shitty neighborhood just so I could get into a fight. And he's like, I did the same thing, man.
That's a fact.
You didn't do Elton John, though, I don't think, right?
No, not Elton John. Even though he's dope.
Yeah, Elton John's legit. I don't know about now. After 1980, that his voice cracked, and now he's like, "Can you feel the
lift?" I'm Still Standing is probably my favorite Elton John track. I'm Still Standing. Yeah.
Oh man, you can't do that, man. I was smoking, man. I coughed, choked right now. That was funny. He be getting me with these voices, man. I didn't know you did voice acting. He be catching me off guard now.
I did, yeah. No, I did. I did like most of these people in here know all my repetitive shtick, but I was doing stuff because you hadn't. I pulled out the guitar on him too. I was like, "Oh, you're in G."
I didn't see that coming.
I was like, "You're in G major." I'm like, "Will plays guitar too." I've never heard him play though.
Yeah, he played a song for me.
Did he really?
On the stream.
I had no idea. But that's not
you lying, motherfucker. I ain't playing no damn song.
No, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Are you out of your mind? Like, are you fucking with me, or are you out of your mind?
You don't remember that? What song was that at the end of the stream you played?
At the end of this. Oh, when you were on my stream?
Yes.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was just some band, man, that I like.
I thought you said that was your song because I remember I said, "This you?" I thought that was you.
No. If I said that, then I misunderstood. No, absolutely not. I have a guitar and it's in my buddy's room. But one of these days, I guess I'll break it out. But I don't.
Now I would have to hear it because I thought that was you.
I don't sing at all, but like I screw around a little bit with improv with some chords.
Yeah, me thinking I was like, oh man, I was too high. I imagined him playing a song. Okay, so that wasn't you.
That was not me. No.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Oh, that'd have been crazy. You pulled out the guitar and just started saying that.
I did sing Tony Braxton with you though.
Yes, you definitely did.
I like how Toni Braxton does that when she says undo. She goes, undo the hurt.
Oh yeah, she be going in. Toni Braxton be going
back
in
when that
with
song first came out, I used to hang out in strip clubs a lot, and
they
that
was playing that in the clubs. Get out of here.
Constantly, dude. Like that was the go-to slow song when that song first came out. And it was a pop out. It was for the girls who couldn't actually dance. They were just stripping. You know what I mean? So it was the cop out song where they just kind of like, you know, and it was and
I cannot imagine what, like, are they crying while they're taking their clothes off?
You know, I'd have been crying with tears of laughter.
I would go during the day when the beer was like happy hour, you know. So like at night is when they're playing like the fast techno and stuff like that, and there's just girls walking all over the floor. But that's just too expensive. That was too expensive for me.
That's hilarious. Wait, what if you walked in there one day and you heard "Dum dum 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 dum" without a
Mimster knows what's up. Mimster knows exactly what's up. Tootsie's was my jam.
Oh wow, that's naming the clubs.
Yeah, Tootsie's was it, dude.
Yo, believe it or not, I've only been to one in my life, and that was like for 1 minute.
I've never even heard of that. I don't think we have that near where I live. Never heard of it. It's a Spearmint Rhino in Las Vegas. That's
y'all naming it for real.
No, the truth is, Megan G. The truth is, most strippers can't dance. They're just there to take their clothes off, and they have to they kind of sway. They just, and then they.
I don't know why. I imagine a scene from Step Up or something. When
and they stand on their toes, like they're on heels, and then they just shake their butts, like.
You gave me an idea for a great movie that I kind of already think of as like The Wrestler. So basically, how about we call the movie Day Stripper? And it's just about this sad, like all the music is like.
That would be a spinoff of The Wrestler. That would be the woman, the love interest.
She's Marissa Tomei.
She was a day stripper, dude. Like every time you walked into that club, it was daytime.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
She was a day stripper. But no, here's a great series of questions. What would be the saddest, most pathetic song? I've got one on mind already. All by myself.
Oh nah, that's crazy.
And she's crying.
I got one that's worse than that. Celine Dion, the Titanic theme song.
That one,
that is the bad one.
I've seen that dance too.
What?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. They don't care. Like these women don't care, and some of them think that it's like an expression of them, like they're actually up there expressing themselves. And what's the perfect song? DJ, you better have this song, And they get up there and they feel like they're expressing themselves. Man, it's crazy.
My heart will go on.
Yeah.
I can't watch twerking to that. That would be too
Everybody Hurts by REM.
That one, yeah.
Everybody hurts.
I've seen that dance too as well.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, there are no limits. There are no limits. They will pick a popular slow song so that they don't actually have to dance. It's what will happen. They're not listening to the lyrics. They don't give a shit about what it's about. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're like, well, I'm a sad stripper and this is how I'm going to express myself. Sometimes that happens.
If you ever in a strip club and you hear just crazy, uncontrollable laughter,
how about her
reacting to them doing that? Because I could not contain it.
Dude, it's funny that it happened. Yeah. I've done it. I've busted out laughing.
How about the Johnny Cash version of Hurt?
No, I'd stopped hanging around strip clubs long since that song became popular. Yeah.
What if they did the Dawson Creek's theme song?
Which one is that? I forgot how that shit goes.
I don't want to wait for my love to be over.
That's right.
I don't want to wait for oh my god, what was her name? Paula Cole. Yeah, Paula Cole. She actually was Peter Gabriel.
I remember, Critical K did this whole monologue with the theme of Paula Cole's "Where Have All the Cowboys Gone," and I couldn't take it seriously in the slightest bit. A, because it was K, but B, because it was that. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That's the song you chose to make an essay out of?" And I was laughing. And this isn't to trash Critical K. This is just like the whole point was. it reminded me when I was not a kid, but I was already in my 20s. This was during my hanging around strip club days. I was like 21, and I had this really close friend, and he tragically died in a car accident. But we would like, that video would come on, that Paula Cole video would come on, and we would make fun, we would roast it nonstop and talk about how bad it was. And then just
sorry, I got excited.
Where have all the cowboys gone?
She was listen, that song from the 90s where the dude hummed and talked about the kid and got in the accent. Watch. Once there was this girl who got
the crash test dummies
and couldn't come to school. Oh, that's
the crash test dummies.
Yep, crash test dummies, exactly.
Awful. That song was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life when it came out. It was like, what the fuck is... She had birthmarks all over her body. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, why is this on MTV? I was like, yeah.
Somebody said 1,000 miles. Oh no. I don't want to see nobody strip to that either. Making my way downtown, walking.
Oh God!
I don't want to see that. That'd be crazy. And,
is that not one of the most Caucasian songs ever written? She is the most Caucasian of the Caucasians.
You think so?
Sarah, well, they made her kind of cool because they did it in White Chicks. Didn't they do that in White Chicks?
Yes. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. That was like
I like that Four Non-Blondes song, Sabrina Fairchild, TK. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I guess maybe it's nostalgic. Like I think I when that song was popular, and what was funny is we made fun of it kind of, but I was in like a rehab for teens, right? And that song was popular, and me and my cubicle mate would make fun of that song, and I think it was because we were in a rehab and you weren't allowed to say anything about being high or anything like that. And we laughed about the fact that she took a deep breath and got real high. And we were just, we were 16. You know what I mean? We were just immature dummies.
Oh, right. Take a deep, get real high.
Right. But I like that song. I don't know why. I just kind of do. I mean, yeah.
He actually ended up being a famous writer for Christina Aguilera and all kinds of stuff.
I'm a Blind Melon fan.
People that's what y'all talking about with the big hat?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't she have a song called like where she was like, yeah, something like that?
What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What it is, I'll be forgetting people's names.
Yeah, Four Non-Blondes.
Four Non-Blondes. That was it.
She wrote that song for Christina Aguilera.
I am reflection. No matter what they say, I'm beautiful. I think it's called Beautiful. I am beautiful, no matter what they say.
There was one that was like a big Disney hit for like Mulan.
She didn't.
Inside.
Reflections?
You sure?
No way. That's like a Clive Davis. That's got to be Clive Davis or.
Let's look this up. Because I remember seeing a Pink documentary where she was saying she was really upset about it. Was it that record?
Let me see.
One of the records that's supposed to be for Pink, she gave to Christina Aguilera.
All right, I just found it. It was written by
let's see.
Matthew Wilder and David Zippel.
Really?
Yeah.
So then what song was it that she wrote for Christina? Was it the one that she was
beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. That was her.
Okay.
But she wrote a bunch of other shit. She became a songwriter. Her name's Linda something. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is that she wrote so many songs for Christina Aguilera and for Pink that I must have mixed one or two.
You know what artist I despise when I hear her voice? Sheryl Crow.
Really?
I can't stand Sheryl Crow. I can't stand Sheryl Crow.
She's a lot of talent.
I can't stand her. I can't stand Sheryl Crow, and I can't stand Lenny Kravitz either. I think he has the worst songs. The worst songs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Lenny.
Dude. Yeah.
I gotta think about this. So Sheryl Crow, her voice isn't wonderful, but she can write her own songs. She can play multiple instruments. So
I'm not saying she's not talented. I'm just saying I hate her voice. She's famous for a reason. Millions of people love her for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It just irks me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like that with a lot of people.
Right.
There's something about their voice. I just can't.
Right. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Who's the voice that makes you like just you can't stand it?
In music or just in general?
In music.
Okay. Damn, that's probably a few. Oh, then I gotta think about that. I gotta think of somebody else answer.
It's on you, Truthy.
All right. Oh, shit. I didn't even think. Mrs. Magoo says Rihanna. I don't agree. I just don't like that umbrella Ella crap. But other than that, I think she's fine. Let me think. Who do I hate? All right. So there was a band called Len, and they had one hit called
"Oh yeah,
Feel My Sunshine."
Wow, that's really funny because you know I actually love that song. I love that song. But that's an example of nostalgia right there. See, the first time I heard that song, I was rolling Nantuckets on ecstasy, and it was like one of my first times doing it. Right? That song was really popular. It just came out, and I ate a bunch of ecstasy with my friends, and we were in his car, and he had it blasting. And wow, that's crazy. He's also dead. He accidentally shot himself. Jesus. But we were rolling like crazy, and that song, everything sounds good when you're on X, first of all. Agreed. So it just does. It doesn't matter what it is. It's and I mean, we're talking 20 years ago, you know what I mean? At least. But we were listening to this really loud in his car, and he had a great system, and I was just like, this song is fantastic. And so I listened to that, but I know myself, and I know had I not been in that condition, having been exposed to that song for the first time, I probably would hate it just as much as Truthy does. They would probably get on my nerves because the fundamentals of what he's pointing out, the vocals sound horrible.
Yeah, no.
Neither one of them have a good singing voice. The girl or
Stimpy. Remember Ren and Stimpy?
Hey, Happy Joy. Okay, that's a ass song. I hate that song.
I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine.
Yeah, man.
And then they spell words later. She goes Later that week. And I'm like, I can spell later, you dumb fucking bastard.
Wait, hold on. Somebody said LFO summer girl. I can't let you disrespect LFO like that. I can't let you. LFO, New Kids on the Block, had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick. That used to be my jams, That used to be my jam. And it's for the same reasons that the Glare said, like nostalgic reasons. It brings back memories.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you think about You think about what you were doing. Who you were with?
Yeah. Were you just summertime? We'll just kick back in.
Okay. Yes. Like Will Smith, Summertime. 100%.
Nostalgia for sure on that one.
The same feeling. Like it just puts you back in that mode. Summertime. I think that Elvis song. I don't really like Elvis' voice, which is crazy because I keep getting recommendations.
I can actually do a pretty good Elvis singing like he does Now or Never. It's now or never. Come hold me tight.
Oh, you okay? You going in? Somebody said Joan Jett. You can't stand Joan Jett voice?
What? Joan Jett? Oh my God. Yo, I would marry her now, and she's like 1,000. She's like 1,000.
Wait,
her and Chrissy Hine too. I think Chrissy Hine is one of the sexiest women of all time.
I don't even know.
She's not traditionally hot the way that but Hollywood standards or whatever. But I don't know what it is about her. I think she's incredibly sexy.
There's like a new Miley Cyrus video where she's trying to be Joan Jett, if I'm not mistaken. It's like really like imitation. Well, you could say it's more inspiration, but she's like imitating that.
Joan Jett, I definitely thought it wasn't the jukebox one. Put another dime in the jukebox. It was I Hate Myself for Loving You, and I watched that video. And she's like, I hate myself for loving you, and I'm like, that bitch can rock, and she plays guitar well, and I got nothing bad to say about Joan Jett. I think she's a rocking ass lady.
I seen somebody say Limp Bizkit. Okay, we pulling out the classic.
Limp Bizkit.
I used to love Limp Bizkit. I did it. Come on, nugget. Go. Yo, Frank Durst is a beast, but you could tell he really just wanted to rap.
He is a fantastic businessman. I will give him that. Fantastic businessman.
Who?
But I I'm real picky when it comes to music, so it's on me. But like to me, that was like pop that I just I couldn't stand that shit. And like what was it? Smash Mouth. They were awful to me. Yeah,
you didn't like rock that kind of like seem mainstream.
I mean, for the most part, sometimes it did. Sometimes a band would come along and it was just like, okay,
Blink 182.
I like Blink 182. The thing about Blink 182, it's like them. It's the same thing with Foo Fighters too. Foo Fighters, like you don't really know it, but you know, Dave Grohl is really into the hardcore scene, really deep into the stoner rock scene, the underground stoner rock scene. He'll lay drum tracks for a band that he likes that has, you know, that only fills a place with 500 people.
Yeah, he's
you know what I mean? He's super right, and he's really, and it's because he genuinely loves the music. But he writes pop music because he knows it sells. He's like, yeah, this is, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that would like this poppy stuff, so I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make millions of dollars doing it because I'm good at it. Why not? You know, and he likes doing it too. It's not to say that he doesn't like the music that he creates, but he knows, you know, he's not limited to, okay, well, this is what I'm doing because it's going to get me laid and it's going to get me, you know, I get to live this rock star life. It's like I can be successful because I know supply and demand, and I can create music that is going to sell to the masses, and why not do it? And Blink 182 did the same thing. They were just a punk band, a trio punk band, and they were really good at it too. And then turned out they were good looking guys, and then somebody decided they could market it, and they had to just slow it down and do poppy stuff, and good for them. You know what I'm saying?
So I lump them in with like Third Eye Blind. You remember Third Eye Blind?
No, I don't lump them in. No, Third Eye Blind is exactly the kind of band that I'm talking about that sucks.
Okay, so I agree with you. I agree with you. But there's one song by Third Eye Blind. It's twisted as fuck, and it makes me laugh every time. But it's like the darkest song ever written. I play it for Mrs. Magoo, and I want to just like make her go, "Please make it stop." And it's about, he talks about making his girlfriend snort Drano, thinking that she's on cocaine. It's called Slow Motion, and it's like, slow motion, see me let go, and he just shoots people, and it's just, he loses it. Like it reminds me of the movie Heathers with Christian Slater. You ever seen
that movie?
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember seeing it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's an underrated dark comedy.
Right.
Yeah, it was super dark.
Yeah, very. They couldn't make that movie today.
They tried to do a TV show.
I love that. Like, if you look at, like, dude, Married with Children would never fly in prime time.
Oh, hell no.
Hell
never. Even, wait, they tried to do a spinoff. They tried to do a spinoff with The Sun.
They did?
Oh.
They shot a pilot. Yeah.
Really? Oh, man. With Faustino, the least talented dude, the one guy that didn't do anything after Married with Children, the one actor in the whole show that didn't move on to do anything.
Yeah, but then that was like playing into the show because it was supposed to make it seem like he's the new Al, where he's like living a miserable life with his kids now in the same house.
No, there was nobody who could have done Al like him ever.
That's my boy, man. I love the new show the newer show that he was on.
Modern Family. Modern Family
is funny. Yeah, Modern Family is funny.
There's a voice I can't stand, Sofia Vergara. I'm done with her.
Yeah, same here. But she's a little over the top.
Hello, everybody. It's Sofia Vergara.
Extremely charming. Like, I find her the accent, all of that, to be charming. I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo.
Al Bundy is my you know why?
I was muted. I was muted, but that made me, dude. I was laughing. My man said, "I found her to be quite charming."
I've been watching her since she was like in movies and stuff like that, like making appearances, guest appearances. She was always the same way. She'd come in yelling at people. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think that Will's right about Married with Children, because that shit comes on late at night on regular TV, and you watch that, and it's like like he's talking about beating his wife and lighting her on fire.
If we gonna get in that bag, man, there's a lot of TV shows that was
Psycho Dad. Remember Psycho Dad?
I don't remember that. There's a movie called Psycho Mom.
No, he was Psycho Dad. Psycho Dad. That was Al's favorite show.
Yes.
Al's favorite show.
I remember that. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that now.
W.
I remember one of the craziest or the funniest episodes when Al went crazy trying to build something in the basement. And he kept trying to call like the hotline to come build it. And he kept having to stay on the phone for days. They would never get to be able to talk to a person. And at the end of the episode, he starts like hearing voices. And it's like, if you build it, they will come.
I'm going to look that
up. You want us to build it for you, press 2. He's like, he ran out the house. Yo, they used to always go a little too extra with the dark comedy, though. But it was a classic.
So that episode is called "Proud to Be Your Bud." That's the name of the episode. Proud.
He tried to build something.
Yeah, I just found it. It says Bud builds a portal in the basement that summons his true self, who tells him how much of a loser he is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of the Bundy family worry that Bud may be going insane, except for Al, who's fighting with a voicemail system to get parts for his Dodge.
Yep.
Oh yeah, look, I got to address this right here. Sabrina says, I love that Katie Seagal is on the Connors now. It's like TV Bizarro mixtape. And there's nobody better to play this person of this love interest of Dan after Roseanne's gone than her. Dude, I'm telling you, I think the Connors it's the same show. It's just as good.
Really?
Can somebody explain how they was even able to bring that back after the last season of Roseanne?
They killed her. They killed Roseanne off.
No, I mean before that. The original series, the way that they ended Roseanne is that the husband passed away and everything was made up.
And here's how they address that. They're like, for some reason, I thought you were dead. And he's like, huh? Oh well, done.
Right?
What?
Which I loved.
So they just brushed it off. Like,
I mean, why not? You know, we do whatever the fuck we want. We'll bring back the show and fuck you. Don't watch it. You know,
passed away ahead now.
That's basically how they came back, and it had just the same charm. You know, even the new characters. They got one of the girls from Shameless. Is one of Darlene's daughters.
They got both actresses who played Becky's.
The little redhead girl, the awkward preteen.
Oh, the one that saved the town when she bought like the new furnace for the town or something like that.
Right. Yeah,
I didn't know she was on there.
Perfect. I'm telling you, I'm actually a fan of the show because it's I could watch Roseanne. There are 4 sitcoms that I can watch over and over again, like whenever they're on, as far as reruns go. That's Seinfeld, that's Roseanne, that's Cosby Show, and it's that one that I just named.
I have a hard time watching the Cosby Show because I always think of the Sleepy Pudding.
Well,
Cosby's a classic, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not gonna let Cosby's shit bag rapist ass ruin that show for me. Fuck you, Bill Cosby.
2 different people.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
Like, exactly. You gotta look at it like this: is Cosby, and then there's Cliff. Cliff Huxtable is a whole different man. So that he raised a lot of single, like kids that had no father figure.
I'll tell you,
the lessons that he taught people.
He was a role model. He was a role model for me. Cliff Huxtable was a role model for me growing up because I did not have a father.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to lie.
He taught us a lot. We wanted
to He reminds me of my uncle, my mom's brother, and he was also a doctor, and had a bunch of kids himself, my cousins, and so it was a very similar situation. So they reminded me, and it was really fun show. Very similar sense of humor. Imagine Bill Cosby but Dominican. That's my uncle. Amateur magician, doctor, and just a fun guy to be around.
So many good episodes. You remember the episode when Theo was acting like he was grown, so they treated the house like it was a hotel?
Right. Yeah, that was
awesome. Going through paying rent.
But went all out. They went all out, and everybody played a role.
Exactly.
You know what? I have to admit, I haven't seen it since it aired, and we watched it religiously, and then right after that was A Different World, a spinoff of the Cosby Show. I hated
the first.
I just wanted to say in Bill Cosby's voice, "Sleepy Pudding."
Oh man. But the Different World was a classic TV show as well. That was
that broke ground for Black people going to college. That was that was the big thing. There's no other show that's ever done that I can think of.
I just didn't like the Cosby Girl in season 1. He made the show horribly boring.
I'm deleting BCF's comment on
Seinfeld, right?
Don't you ever Seinfeld in my chant. Yeah, ever in my
Seinfeld's
chat.
on my top 5 TV shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think my top one. Actually, you know what? Wait, can we count cable shows? Like, I actually like Curb Your Enthusiasm better than Seinfeld. I actually prefer. I like them both.
I love that. That's
I
like
love
watching
them both.
George in real life.
I love them both equally.
Yeah, Seinfeld's classic. Seinfeld is classic.
Have you ever like watched stuff on YouTube where like it's a real video and then somebody just ends it with the end of Curb Your Enthusiasm and it just makes it much funnier?
Yeah,
They're all over YouTube. Yeah, it's hilarious when they do that, dude.
it's classic. Both of those shows are classic. Seinfeld's too funny, man. Seinfeld has an episode for everybody that relates to something that you've seen in real life.
Exactly. Any young adult can relate to Seinfeld. If you had a job, or if you dated, yeah. I mean,
And now that I'm older, watching it back, I can see the genius in it. Like, Mrs. Magoo, do not make me take your wrench.
Whoa!
Do not make me take your wrench.
Wait a minute,
I will too.
She's kidding. She's kidding.
I know.
She's being contentious. No, maybe I don't know. I don't know if she's ever told. She watches Curb Your Enthusiasm with me.
Yeah.
How the hell? I can't hate Seinfeld if you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You gotta be messing with you.
Can't be done.
Seinfeld is classic, man. They got too many good episodes. The Bizarro World, where Elaine met the Bizarro version of everybody.
Yeah,
was hanging out with them. Man Hands. Soup episode is too much.
The best one, in my opinion, hands down, the best one is the Fusilli Jerry with the ass man, with the ass man thing, the ass man license plate.
My God.
That is my favorite of all time. That's the one that got me hooked. It was already seasons in, and it just didn't interest me. And then I happened to catch that episode, and I was like, "Oh my God, this show is hilarious."
My episode that got me was Poppy peeing on the couch.
Oh yeah,
Poppy peed on it. He said, could it be? Poppy peed on my couch. Yo, I remember being a little kid watching that and thinking that was the funniest thing in the world. This dude really came and sat down and peed on his couch and got up and left.
Like it was all good. And
then tried to cook him a pizza.
And then the same dude, like ends up like not washing his hands after going to the bathroom. Like he's not like, buttons up his pants, and then he's like, walks out, and Jerry's like washing his hands, looks at him like, wait, did that just happen?
Well, I'm gonna cook you the best pizza, Jerry. Jerry's like,
All right, we're gonna have a little fun here, guys. We're gonna have a little fun.
Okay.
Give me a second here. All right. Oh, wait. I forgot to share the sound. Hold on.
Season 10 premiere occurred was absolutely
was that the season 10 premiere? Was that the one? Oh God, hang on one second.
No Soup for You. I remember that episode.
Yeah, No Soup for You, Soup Nazi.
I used to hate the finale for Seinfeld, and then now as an adult, I watch it and I'm like, that's genius.
I think it's genius.
It ended where it begins.
I agree.
Right where it begins. A show about nothing ends with nothing.
All right. So what I pulled up here is a Curb Your Enthusiasm ending memes compilation. So we're just gonna watch a bunch of those and have reactions to them.
Okay.
Now that I
my
got
boy
you
from Breaking Bad, Walter White.
Yeah, I think they used some Breaking Bad
show
here for this. Let's check this out.
The sound is low, I think.
I won't let it. We're gonna be okay.
I got it as loud as it goes.
Do
you have a second cell phone?
Okay. Yeah, it's because they whisper. Oh, that's foul.
You're like, what?
When we refer to someone as yellow, we consider them to be what?
Chinese?
Not Chinese. Over to Jerry and Murray now. Yes, Jerry.
Cowardly.
Cowardly is correct.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I've never watched these, so I'm reacting to these as you guys are. This is funny as shit to me.
That outro is perfect for most like situations. What's he doing?
I don't know.
It doesn't look good.
They're trying to break.
They trying to break it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that was bad funny.
This is great.
You know what else that would go well after Will? That would after the lady gets elbowed right at, and then boom, right into the enthusiasm.
It's fantastic. Exactly. Yeah, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked right at the
Okay,
camera.
well, which one of the other players on the other team would you say are your biggest competition in this game?
No one, bitch.
Well, you have lost 3 matches in a row. So
Like, shut up. What you talking about? Tell us no one. You lost 3 matches in a row, man. Get out of here with that.
I've said it for 7 years. I've said it for longer than 7 years. I have never doped. If you consider my situation, a guy who comes back from arguably, a death sentence, why would I then enter into a sport and dope myself up and risk my life again? That's crazy. I would never do that. That's no way.
What?
As far as I'm concerned, this is really going to be the end of the story. This is sort of my last public appearance on it, and there's nothing else I can do.
Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta make one of these for without a crystal ball. So.
Oh, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
Definitely.
I have never doped.
In the eyes of the law is worth more.
How strange is it that we put like a monetary value on actual life itself? Wow, it's just such a strange concept.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit, Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh. Jeez. Yo. Wow.
Oh,
come on, man. That was low.
Not good at all, man. That is not cool at all.
That was low, man.
He's gonna go and shake the man's hand. He ain't got no hand.
Yeah,
I can't with that shit.
And I'm not going to do it because I shouldn't do this, right, Grandmaster? No. Okay, Grandmaster Bruce Silva here. There's a big demonstration that's coming up next week, Saturday, but for now we have a sneak peek. So we're going to start right over here. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. 21.2 pounds.
That's the brick right there.
Right.
Okay. And why the glass?
Oh, no.
I'm going to break that concrete slab with that glass without breaking the glass.
Are you ready?
Get out of here.
Okay, so he's gonna break the concrete. Wait, what did he say?
No way. Break the concrete.
Use the glass to break the concrete slab
without breaking the glass.
Without breaking the glass.
Get out of here.
So, who wants to bet that doesn't happen?
I know it's not going to happen. I know, but in fact, I'm kind of scared because I think his hand about to be gone, fam. His whole hand about to come off right now.
Let's see what happens. Let's see where this goes.
Oh man, I'm nervous. What is he about to do?
That's incredible. Shit. Wait, no, to be honest, I actually felt these bricks. These are real bricks. I mean, there's no don't. Oh!
Fantastic. Look at these names, dude. Look at these names that they contact. Based on the book by Carl Sagan. Oh, let's see here.
I would like you guys to all leave.
Oh my God. What?
What the hell are you doing, man?
Fuck? Look at this. Yo. Oh my God. We gotta watch that one again. We gotta see that one more time.
So unbothered.
One more time. Cause that, I'm like, did shots break out? Like what?
That's what
fuck?
it looked like or sounded like.
That's right. Did you?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
and that dude was holding a gun. Like the dude sitting down next to him was holding a gun.
Look at him, just straight face.
I would like you guys to all leave.
See that? You see that?
Capping.
This guy right here, he's got a gun. All right, one more time.
Go to the fucking meeting.
Everybody got one. Look, this must be like a PO office or something.
Yeah, this is a cop. Yeah, this is like a police department.
And they just started fighting.
Ow, you bit me!
He said, "Ow, you bit me."
That man's a gangster. He was not scared at all.
Not at all.
No, pickpocket.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, put it back.
Look at him. I'm sorry.
Put it back. Put it back. You want to leave it on the floor? He's like, look, he got it. Look, I gave it back.
Hey, man, he dropped your wallet. Look at him. He's like, hey, man, he dropped your wallet. Hey, thanks, man.
That actually did probably mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Johnny Merguez, le roi de la merguez.
Somebody said Sam Smith, the pickpocket, on the last one.
Oh, he shit himself. Oh my God. Wait, what? He fucking shit himself.
Oh, that's bad.
He shit himself. Oh my God.
Why he look like he's surprised? He look like, oh, that is me. I definitely did that.
Black Lives Matter.
Come on, that is funny, dude. It's like they're blocking this poor guy. He's working, man. Like, let him through. Hold on. What is the Mel Brooks thing?
That's Blazing Saddles.
Governor, per your instructions, I'd like you to meet the new sheriff of Rock Ridge.
I'd be delighted. Wow. I've got to talk to you. Come here. Have you gone berserk? Can't you see that man is a nit?
Oh, dude, wait, man. What the hell is happening here?
Wow.
Okay.
In my time here, I thought I'd heard everything. Then Jeff delivered an incredible revelation about his dad, the Messiah.
God came down on Michael and forced him to consummate with Christiana.
Michael had made no mention of sleeping with his son's wife. And I got the feeling this was a story I wasn't supposed to hear. And when Michael found out I knew, he asked me for an opportunity to explain just how God had made it happen.
Suddenly, I was forced down on the floor, and I had to get down. I was down just about like this. And I was in pain, and all I could do was groan. All I could do was kind of rock. And I started seeing that the consummation with Christiana was imminent, and I was going to be, I was going to have to do that.
He lying.
So was it just a single occasion, this literal physical consummation?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
You consummated more than once.
Wow.
Yeah, why is it
Wow.
necessary to consummate more than once?
Dude.
Look at him.
That
Smile.
dude's, oh my God, dude. You see that poor guy? He was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. What is this?
Oh shit!
You're basically flawable.
I'm killing the colored one, like you said. Oh,
Voice of dick.
Robert.
The red one! Shit!
And subtle, but in even many ways more profound.
No. I remember this.
Damage
I remember
to
that.
to rebuild
George
in
like
the
that.
area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Oh,
teams are
this
gold.
guy. Oh, that's it. Okay.
No, I saw that live when Kanye did that. I didn't even
remember that.
I didn't know who he. That was a Hurricane Katrina relief, as I recall, and I remember seeing that, and I'm like, I don't know who that guy is, but I hate him already. And I look at Michael Myers' faces; he looks like what? Fuck you. And then they actually right after that they cut to Chris Tucker, and Chris Tucker makes this face like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, some of those were just awkward, man. It was just like, whoa.
I ain't gonna front. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But
we need to
yeah.
add that to our StreamYards though, where I can just hit the button on people when they do something crazy or stupid. It's go bleep.
Exactly. I'm gonna call it at 2.5 hours, guys. But I had a great time. I appreciate you guys coming on here.
Word, man. Likewise. Thanks for having me.
And I look forward to hearing what you do with our conversations that we both had the pleasure of having with you in the last couple days.
Oh yeah, those are coming out this week.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
I'm gonna start calling you Beast Boy Walters after Barbara Walters interview.
That's funny.
I really enjoyed it, man. Like I really enjoyed talking with you. Like it was a beautiful, genuine feeling.
Likewise, man. Likewise. I had fun doing it.
Right on. Yeah, and special thanks to Comic Mr. Nut, Mr. Comic Nut, for joining me tonight. And yeah, man. This was a really fun time, guys. So we will do this again very soon, my friends.
Word,
All right,
man. See you guys later.
Good oak leaf time for yourself.
Nah, no more oak leaf, man. Not for a while.
All right.